Hey everyone, so here's some more insanity from the war on drugs. An 81-year-old lady in Massachusetts had her garden raided for one marijuana plant. A bunch of jackbooted thugs in a military-style helicopter descended on her home to uproot this nefarious plant life. Okay, but really, these actions taken by the DEA are the same actions that would be taken by someone who is severely mentally ill. The absolute hysteria, paranoia, and panic that the DEA has displayed here makes them seem like little children that have been raised by isolated backwoods sociopaths. This raid was done in the name of the DEA's Cannabis Eradication Program. By the way, the Cannabis Eradication Program, how in the name of Earth does the DEA plan to completely eradicate an entire species of plant that grows wildly all over this country, let alone the planet? This is an impossible task. Although I think they know this, an impossible task means infinite funding through the years. Since their goals of completely eradicating marijuana is completely unobtainable, they are guaranteed a renewed fresh budget every year. The only way to stop this insanity is to isolate all politicians who are in favor of this narrow-minded nonsense and kick them out of office. This would leave maybe 2 people left in Congress, which I'd be fine with. They're a group of insane people who will point guns at innocent, peaceful citizens whose lives they know nothing about and throw them into a cage if they feel like it because of some plant matter that makes you feel funny. And I don't care if you think marijuana is somehow immoral or evil, but any reasonable person can see that in terms of evil, pointing guns and sometimes firing them at people for this plant is the true hallmark of a twisted and warped mindset. Thankfully, this occurred in Massachusetts, though, where marijuana is now legal, and marijuana shops will begin opening up in December of this year. So this will never happen again unless Jeff Sessions decides to crack down on states' rights in this regard. And if he does that, we've got some pros and cons here. Cons, of course, include more humans becoming a victim to a government that has completely forsaken any sense of defending liberty. The pros include more clear and demonstrable incidents in which government destroys the lives of peaceful people, as simple as that. That, at the very least, cannot harm the movement that calls for more freedom. So come on, Jeff Sessions, send in your troops. You're defending a dying idea, and if you need to give those ideas a few more death throes, go for it. You'll go down in history just like those dense people who advocated for alcohol prohibition. And I'll just end with this little side note. Sessions is a Republican. I remember growing up being told that Republicans were the ones who favor small government. Can we stop saying that now? How obvious does it need to become that Republicans could not care less about individual rights? Why don't we start calling them for what they are, a bunch of statists that might not want to take your money as much as Democrats, but they certainly have no problem with taking your liberty. Thanks, and that's all.